As the air turns crisp and the veil between the worlds grows thin, it's time we discuss one of the most important festivals in our Wheel of the Year, Samhain, or what you may also know as Halloween. Whether you're a seasoned practitioner or a curious newcomer, today we're diving into the rich history of this ancient festival, exploring its deep-rooted traditions, and of course giving you some fun and witchy ways to celebrate. So grab your broomsticks and maybe some snacks because things are about to get spooky. Let's start with the basics then. What is Samhain? Firstly, it's generally pronounced as Samhain rather than Samhain as you may call it, as the name of the festival originates from Ireland and is a Gaelic word meaning summer's end. This ancient Celtic festival, like several other festivals around the world, marks the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. Generally celebrated on the night of October 31st through to November 1st, it's often referred to as the Witches' New Year because it signifies the end of one cycle and the beginning of the next. Historically, Samhain was a time of great importance to the Celts. It was one of the 4 major fire festivals, alongside Imbolc, Beltane and Lughnasadh, and signified a period when the boundaries between the living world and the spirit realm blurred. According to the historian Ronald Hutton, in The Stations of the Sun, Samhain was a time for honouring the dead and preparing for the long, dark winter ahead. Fun fact, Samhain is also the precursor to modern-day Halloween, while Halloween has over the years been commercialised with sweets and costumes. Many of its traditions, such as carving pumpkins, originally turnips, and wearing disguises, stem from the old Samhain celebrations. This practice, known as guising, was rooted in the belief that during Samhain, the veil between the living and the spirit world was at its thinnest. People would don masks and costumes to blend in with or ward off wandering spirits. By disguising themselves, they hoped to avoid being recognised and harmed by these supernatural beings. Samhain has its roots in ancient Ireland, where the Celts celebrated the festival with bonfires, feasting and rituals to honour their ancestors. This was a time to give thanks for the harvest and prepare for the dark half of the year. Food offerings were left out for visiting ancestors, and divination practices were common during this time, including scrying, where individuals gazed into reflective surfaces like water, mirrors, or crystal balls to gain insights and visions. Apple divination was also popular. People would peel an apple in one continuous strip and toss the peel over their shoulder to see what letter it formed, believed to be the initial of a future spouse. When the Romans integrated pagan communities into their empire, Samhain began to blend with their own festivals, such as Feralia, a day to honour the dead. Roman citizens would visit the graves of their ancestors to leave offerings such as wreaths, grain, salt, bread soaked in wine, and violets, believed to appease the spirits and ensure their peaceful rest. Eventually, as Christianity spread, the Western Roman Empire sought to Christianize the pagan holiday. In the 9th century, Pope Gregory IV moved the date of All Saints' Day to November 1st, creating what we now know as All Hallows' Eve, or Halloween on the night before. Over time, many Samhain traditions like carving jack-o'-lanterns and wearing costumes became associated with Halloween, while the spiritual and ancestral elements were largely forgotten, except in modern pagan and witchcraft communities. Witches and pagans today continue to celebrate Samhain in its original form, honouring it as a time of reflection, remembrance, and connection to the other world. Now that we've covered the history, let's talk about how you can celebrate Samhain today, whether you're a witch or simply someone looking to connect with the ancient traditions of the season. There are many ways to observe this sacred time. Number 1, honour your ancestors. One of the central themes of Samhain is honouring those who have passed. You can create an ancestor altar by placing photos, mementos, or offerings for loved ones who have crossed over, light candles in their memory and spend time reflecting on their lives. This act of remembrance connects us to our roots and reminds us that death is merely a part of the cycle of life for all of us. In the pagan book of Living and Dying, Starhawk writes, "We call on our ancestors at Samhain not to mourn them, but to remember their wisdom and keep their stories alive." I personally believe that this is a beautiful way to honour those who came before us. Number 2, divination. Samhain is the perfect time for divination, as the veil between worlds is thin, making it easier to receive messages from the spirit world. Whether you use tarot cards, runes, a pendulum, or scrying in a bowl of water or a mirror, this is a powerful time to seek guidance for the coming year. Many witches also perform dream work during Samhain, asking their ancestors for wisdom through their dreams. It's also very popular to use an Ouija board during this time of year. The Ouija board, also known as a spirit board, originated in the late 19th century amid a surge in spiritualism. It features letters, numbers, and a planchette to spell out messages. The name Ouija reportedly came from the board itself during a session, meaning good luck. Initially a parlor game, it quickly gained popularity as a tool for spiritual communication. Number 3. Bonfires. In ancient times, people would extinguish their hearth fires and relight them from the communal Samhain bonfire. Today, you can recreate this tradition by lighting candles or small fires as a way to honor the transformative power of this magical element. Number 4. Candle magic. Candle magic is particularly potent during Samhain. You could light a black candle for protection or a white one for clarity and spiritual connection. You can also carve symbols, sigils, or runes into the candles to amplify your intentions. As the candles burn, meditate on the cycles of life and death, and consider writing down any fears or negative thoughts to be symbolically burned away. Number 5. Samhain feasting. You can't have a witchy holiday without a feast, of course, as we do so much love our food, and Samhain is certainly no exception. Traditional Samhain foods often focus on seasonal harvest produce like apples, pumpkins, squash, and root vegetables. You might prepare a feast for family, friends, and spirits alike, leaving a symbolic plate of food for the ancestors as part of your ritual. Did you know that the tradition of soul cakes, small round cakes baked to commemorate the dead, was an early Christian addition to Samhain customs? People would go souling, offering prayers for the deceased in exchange for these cakes. Over time, this evolved into the practice of trick-or-treating, and of course we can't forget the timeless tradition of toffee apples. Number 6. Decluttering and banishing rituals. Samhain is a time of endings and new beginnings, making it an ideal moment for banishing old habits or clearing away physical clutter. Declutter your space and let go of anything that no longer serves you, whether it's emotional baggage or that ancient old coat you haven't worn in years. Banishing spells, where you symbolically burn or bury written intentions, can help you release what you no longer need. As Scott Cunningham explains in The Magical Household, Samhain is the time to shed the unnecessary and prepare for the inward turn of winter. Letting go is a powerful act of magic. You could also light some sage or some incense to assist with the cleansing process, as well as obtaining some obsidian or salt to leave around your doors or windows to protect your home from any negative energies that you might bring home with you at the end of a cold and rainy day. Number 7. Exploring the spirit world. If you're comfortable working with spirits, Samhain is a great time for seances, spirit boards, or simply inviting ancestral spirits into your space. However, it's important to practice safely, set boundaries, cast protective circles, and make sure to cleanse your space afterward to keep out any unwanted energies. Number 8. Reflect and set intentions. Samhain is considered the witch's new year, so it's a wonderful time to reflect on the past year and set intentions for the next. What have you accomplished? What do you want to manifest in the coming months? Journal your thoughts or perform a ritual to solidify your goals for the new year. You could even write down what you want to release and burn it in a fire as a symbolic act of moving forward. Number 9. Samhain crafts and decorations. For those who enjoy a bit of seasonal crafting, Samhain is the perfect time to get creative. You could carve pumpkins or turnips, make wreaths with autumn leaves and dried herbs, or create spell jars for protection as the dark season approaches. If you want to connect with your ancestors, consider making your own spirit doll as a representation of a loved one. And last but not least, we have number 10 in our list of activities for Samhain, music and meditation. Consider incorporating music and meditation into your celebration. There are many Samhain playlists available that include traditional folk music or soft instrumental sounds to set the mood. You could also try guided meditations focused on connecting with ancestors or the spirit world. Whether you're honouring your ancestors, performing divination, or simply cooking up a seasonal feast, this holiday is a time to connect with the cycles of life and death. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to celebrate, just follow your intuition and embrace the magic of the season. Let me know in the comments how you're planning to spend Samhain, and don't forget to check out our Samhain herbs video right here.